Hi everyone, welcome back to Arpita Sharma classes. We are restarting the Hindu newspaper analysis for all of you. A very happy new year, and with this new year we are restarting the Hindu newspaper analysis wherein we are going to analyze the Hindu newspaper. We are going to make notes on the Hindu newspaper, and we are going to cover the newspaper from the perspective of both prelims and mains. Let's get started without any delay. I hope you are excited for this news analysis. Let's start. Before we start this lecture, here is a small announcement for all of you. Now we know that prelims is approaching, and when prelims approaches, we need to practice more and more previous year question papers. We need to brush up our knowledge on NCERTs because prelims is the stage which will lead you to the mains, right? Prelims वो stage है जो आपको mains तक लेकर जाएगी. So if you want to step into mains, you have to open the door of mains through passing through the tunnel of prelims. And for that, here I have the must recommended books. Before prelims, please finish these books. One is the NCERT, but if you have covered the NCERT, then no issues. But if you are a working professional, you don't find the time to cover up the NCERTs, then this Oswal publication ki book we have. This is the Oswal publication book, NCERT One for All. Every NCERT, geography, history, Indian economy, Indian polity is covered. These 4 NCERTs, the most crucial NCERTs, are present. In one page, they are going to summarize each and every chapter from class 6 to class 12 of the NCERT subject wise. And after every summary, they provide previous year question from that chapter in prelims and mock questions. Prelims based basis पे जो mock questions होते हैं वो भी provide किए जाते हैं. The link to get these books is given below in the description box below this video. If you have finished the NCERTs, very good. Then you can move ahead to the mock test papers. So there are students who get misguided by many advertisements in the newspaper. Don't be misguided. Mock test papers के लिए you can go to Oswal books. Again, the link is given below in the description box. 15 mock test paper over here. Then 15 mock test paper 1 का और CSAT का. Both of these books you can afford and you can get. Previous year solved question papers are also given. CSAT का paper and paper 1. 10 years के solved question papers भी दिए गए हैं 2013 से 22 के. CSAT और GS पेपर 1 मिलाकर दोनों. तो आप ये एक बुक भी खरीदेंगे तो इसमें आपको सारा कुछ मिल जाएगा. तो this is the a 10% discount is going off on all these books. The link to purchase these books is given below in the description box. If you are preparing for 2023, then these books are a must to have. Before prelims, please finish at least the previous year question paper वाली book. उसको आप finish करके जाएं तो आपको काफ़ी help मिलेगी. चलिए back to the Hindu newspaper analysis. The first news, women break new grounds in MGNREGA. What is MGNREGA? Basically, it is the scheme जिसमें 100 डेज की गारंटीड एम्प्लॉयमेंट दी जाती है, विच इज़ महात्मा गांधी नेशनल रूरल एम्प्लॉयमेंट गारंटी स्कीम. इट हैज़ टच्ड अ 10-year हाई इन द फाइनेंशियल ईयर 2022-23. दैट मीन्स द पार्टिसिपेशन हैज़ इंक्रीज्ड, स्पेशली व्हेन इट कम्स टू women workers. Why the participation has increased? There are various reasons. For example, market forces, welfare incentives for women. So the answer is also given why the participation rate of women workforce has increased in MGNREGA. So this is going to help you in your mains answer writing. If they give you a question or if they ask you an interview 2022-23, this year it has seen a 10-year high participation rate in the MGNREGA scheme. Why? So the reason is also mentioned in the newspaper itself. That is why it is important to read the newspaper. Between the lines पढ़ना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है. I have highlighted also which particular line is important over here. So MGNREGA is one of the largest work guarantee programs in the world, not just in India. And it was launched in the year 2005 under the Ministry of Rural Development. So ministry का नाम याद रखना is very important. To remember the name of the ministry is very important. The primary objective of this particular scheme is to guarantee 100 days of employment. To whom? To the adult members of any rural household. Any word is important. Okay? तो unskilled manual work इसमें guaranteed किया जाता है. MGNREGA basically it is a demand driven scheme. Demand of work is there, demand of employment is there, and it is legally backed guarantee for any rural adult to get work within 15 days of demanding it. मतलब it is demand driven means if the rural worker demands a work to sustain his or her family, 15 days के अंदर उसको काम मिल जाएगा. But it is said that on paper it is written it's a demand driven scheme, but actually on field it is not so. राइट. तो यू हैव टू लुक इनटू द प्रोज एंड कॉन्स ऑफ मगनरेगा. आपको मगनरेगा के ना प्रोज एंड कॉन्स दोनों देखने पड़ेंगे. ओके, पेपर में कुछ और होता है और फिर एक्चुअल फील्ड में कुछ और होता है. प्लस इट वर्क्स इन कॉन्सोनेंस विद द लीगल राइट टू वर्क. दैट मीन्स एटलीस्ट 1/3 जो आपकी विमेन है, राइट, उनके लिए, विमेन बेनिफिशरीज के लिए यहाँ पर काम दिया जाता है. एंड वेजेस आर पेड एज पर द मिनिमम वेजेस एक्ट 1948. Plus, it also includes panchayat. So, local administration is also included over here. How? Because it mandates Gram Sabhas to recommend works that are to be undertaken. And at least 50% of works must be executed by these Gram Sabhas. So, basically, local administration भी इसके अंदर included है. ये point आपको यहाँ पर याद रखना है. You have to remember this point over here. Okay, and if the work is not given within 15 days of demanding it, then unemployment allowance is also given to the worker. Okay, again you have to check the pros and cons if it is happening actually on field or not. Okay, then there is an e-shram portal also. In 2021 it was highly in news. 2021 में काफ़ी न्यूज़ में था. ठीक है, in 2021 it was highly in news, so this is really important. E-shram portal basically it's under Ministry of Labour and Employment. Magnarega is Ministry of Rural Development, and it registers 38 crore unorganized workers, wherein the workers are given 12-digit unique number. And registered workers, if they meet with any accident, then they will be eligible for rupees 2 lakh on death or permanent disability. And if there is any kind of partial disability because of the accident, then rupees 10 lakh उनको दिया, 1 lakh उनको दिया जाएगा. ठीक है, it is 1.0. All right. When we talk about unorganized labor force, this you have to remember कि हमारी country में, in our country ना, the unorganized labor force basically is categorized into 4 categories based on occupation, based on nature of employment, स्पेशली डिस्ट्रेस्ड कैटेगरी एंड सर्विस कैटेगरी. इनको आपको पढ़ना जरूरी है फॉर योर आंसर राइटिंग. ओके, अनऑर्गेनाइज लेबर फोर्स, इनफॉर्मल सेक्टर, दीज आर रिलेटेड टू ईच अदर. प्लस वी ऑल्सो नो दैट इंडिया इज परहैप्स द फर्स्ट कंट्री which set up the commission named National Commission for Enterprise in Unorganized Sector. 2004 में इंडिया पहली कंट्री बनी थी परहैप्स जिसने एक नेशनल कमीशन फॉर एंटरप्राइजेस अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर में स्टैब्लिश किया था. मतलब वन कमीशन कमिंग अप इन अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर, इट वाज अ ह्यूज थिंग इन इंडिया. 2004 में इट स्टैब्लिश्ड. व्हाई? सो दैट वी कैन स्टडी द प्रॉब्लम्स फेस्ड बाय द इनफॉर्मल इकोनॉमी ऑल्सो. ओके, प्रीलिम्स का ये वेस्ट बंगाल के पीसीएस का क्वेश्चन था. अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर ऑफ इंडिया इज कैरेक्टराइज्ड बाय more currency transaction, more bank transaction, more barter transaction, more foreign exchange transaction. Obviously foreign exchange तो होगा नहीं unorganized sector में. The labor force basically it works on the barter transaction. So C is the correct answer यहाँ पर. Okay, another important article, LG lays foundation for 17 new replicas at Bharat Darshan Park. So in Punjabi Bagh in Delhi, New Delhi, there is a Bharat Darshan Park which has been established, wherein there are replicas of iconic monuments which are built out of scrap and waste material. For example, we have Victoria Memorial Hall there. म्यूजियम है कोलकाता में जिसका रेप्लिका यहाँ दिल्ली में बनाया जा रहा है टूरिज्म सेक्टर को प्रमोट करने के लिए. इट वॉज बिल्ड बिटवीन 1906 एंड 21. क्वीन विक्टोरिया की मेमोरी में बनाया गया था. मैसूर पैलेस का रेप्लिका यहाँ पर है. मैसूर पैलेस इज ऑल्सो नोन एज अम्बा विलास पैलेस. एक मैसूर में कर्नाटका में वडिया डायनेस्टी का ऑफिशियल रेजिडेंस हुआ करता था. बेसिलिका ऑफ बोम विच इज़ इन गोवा, इसका भी रेप्लिका है. इट्स अ कैथोलिक कैथलिक बेसिलिका. पिलग्रिमेज सेंटर है. ठीक है, चर्चेज और कॉन्वेंट्स यहाँ पर इकट्ठे बनाए गए हैं. एंड इट हैज़ ऑल्सो बिन रिकग्नाइज बाई यूनेस्को, वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज साइट में आता है. देन रूमटेक मोनास्ट्री का भी रेप्लिका यहाँ पर है. धर्माचक्र सेंटर, इट इज़ नोन एज धर्माचक्र सेंटर, इट इज़ इन सिक्किम. सो दीज आर द पॉइंट्स यू हैव टू रिमेंबर. द प्लेस वेयर इट इज़ लोकेटेड, विच वॉट इट इज़ कॉल्ड, वाई इट हैज़ बीन कंस्ट्रक्टेड. रूमटेक मोनास्ट्री वॉज फाउंडेड बाय वांगचुक डोरजी in 1966. Okay, coming on to the next important article, most union government offices likely to go fully digital by February. Now I have a student, right, she used to say that I am not preparing for this exam or that exam because isme na we have computer based test and I am not good at computers, and in this field computers ka application it is much higher, so I don't like working on computers, I don't like technology, so I am not applying for this exam. But now every union government office is going to be convert into digital, right, by February 2023. So if you are giving excuses that I don't like technology or I don't understand computers, so I'm not going into this field or into this exam or into this office, that would be very wrong excuse because now everything is going to go digital. Okay, now here NIC के बारे में पढ़ना is very important. National Informatics Center which was established in 1976 by Narasimha Seshagiri under Electronics Commission of India. Later on इसको Planning Commission में डाल दिया गया था and then finally it came under Ministry of Electronics and IT. So basically NIC, it's a technology partner of Government of India. So whenever we talk about turning government offices digital, NIC is always discussed. Okay, next important article, Ayamanam in Kottayam to showcase women's talent. So what is this Ayamanam? It is a village and it is basically this village is known as responsible tourism village. It's a hub of women-friendly destinations plus 80% of responsible tourism units in this village are already run by women. तो इस विलेज को ना एग्री स्ट्रीट प्रोजेक्ट में भी इंक्लूड किया गया है. केरला में है ये पॉइंट आपको याद रखना है. ठीक है, एंड इट हैज़ द फर्स्ट डिजिटाइज्ड पंचायती वार्ड ऑल्सो. Coming on to the next important article, government starts process to buy 100 more K9 Vajras. K9 Vajra, basically Defense Ministry has started procuring K9 Vajra. It is basically a howitzer. What is a howitzer? It's a short gun for firing shells on high trajectories at low velocities. Low speed पर high distance में shells जब आप throw करते हो उसके लिए howitzer यूज़ किया जाता है. तो ये 52 कैलिबर का howitzer है जो डिफेंस मिनिस्ट्री प्रोक्योर कर रही है. ठीक है, टेक्नोलॉजी इसमें साउथ कोरिया से ली गई है. दिस यू हैव टू रिमेंबर. देन नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल पे आते हैं. श्रिम्प फार्म्स मैनग्रोव्स टू को एग्जिस्ट इन सुंदरबंस. बेसिकली लेट्स फर्स्ट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज सुंदरबन. Sundarban, it's basically the largest mangrove forest in the world. It lies on the delta of Ganga, Brahmaputra and Meghna rivers on Bay of Bengal. And what is mangrove? Mangrove is a specialized environment जो land और sea के बीच में आता है. ठीक है, जहाँ पर आप देखोगे इस तरीके की वेजिटेशन उगती है. ऑल राइट, सुंदरबन वेटलैंड जो है इंडिया का, उसको वेटलैंड ऑफ इंटरनेशनल इंपॉर्टेंस करार किया गया था 2019 में अंडर रैमसर कॉन्वेंशन. So what is the news all about? Let us understand the news. So there is an initiative called SAIM initiative. This is important for prelims. Sustainable aquaculture in mangrove ecosystem. It's an initiative for sustainable shrimp cultivation. All right. Farmers have taken up cultivation of shrimp on 20 hectares and 10 hectares in West Bengal. And shrimp farming, what is it? It is aquaculture business जहाँ पर shrimps को या prawns को human consumption के लिए produce किया जाता है. ठीक है, अब now question, what kind of question can come? Discuss the causes of depletion of mangroves and explain their importance in maintaining coastal ecology. So here mangroves, basically first you will explain what are mangroves. Mangroves are salt tolerant vegetation. Mangroves के बारे में explain करने के बाद आप बताएंगे causes of depletion क्या है. Climate change, pollution, when the rivers are dammed, destruction of coral reefs etc. ये causes होते हैं इसको deplete होने के. And then you will explain the importance of mangroves. Mangrove basically provide ecological places or spaces for wide variety of organism. Every breed of organism, whether plants or flora and fauna, can grow in mangroves. It acts as shock absorbers because high tides और waves होते हैं उनका intensity reduce हो जाता है in the mangroves. Okay, shore lines को erode नहीं होने देता mangrove. So these are the importance of mangroves that you can mention. All right, 2011 का प्रीलिम्स का क्वेश्चन भी मैंने यहाँ पर मेंशन किया हुआ है विद आंसर इन द PDF विच विल बी प्रोवाइडेड ऑन आवर टेलीग्राम चैनल. PDF ऑलरेडी हमने अपलोड कर दिया है टेलीग्राम चैनल पे, तो आप वहाँ जाकर PDF इसका डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं. ओके, ऑन दिस नोट वी आर रैपिंग अप द सेशन. थैंक यू एंड हैव अ ब्यूटीफुल डे अहेड.